you doing? My name is Jeff Sinker and welcome to my lesson looking at one of the all-time classic rock songs that's ever been recorded. All Right Now by Free. Released as a single in 1970, was also included on the album Fire and Water. Paul Kossoff at his best. What a great guitar player he was. Fortunately not with us for that long. We are going to be looking at all of the sections in this lesson, taking you through the intro, the verses, the chords, and of course that classic solo. Going to be including with this lesson the tablature, and also there will be a backing track, so when you've gone through all of the lesson you'll be able to put it all together and play along with the track. Also be looking at some of the errors that people make when they are playing this song. Now I've been playing this since not long after the 1970s. In one of my first bands we used to play All Right Now, and I've got to admit I was playing it wrong. Over the years I've developed what I've been doing to this, but I thought in this lesson what I'd do, I'd put it all together and also talk about some of the errors, and I'm sure you'll recognize the ones that you're making yourself. Well, let's stop the talking, let's get into this lesson, and I'm going to show you how to play All Right Now. Right, let's look at that main riff. And now over the years I've seen this, and myself when I started off playing this when I was a teenager was playing it actually wrong, and I've seen this for a number of years, and to be honest, even when I still play it occasionally I forget how to actually phrase some of the chords or the voicings on it. And when Paul Kossoff played this song, it does start off with an A5. Most people have been playing the A5 like that. Yeah, it sounds all right. But what actually Kossoff was doing was flat barring across the second fret. So he was holding down from the D string, all on the 2 fret. But he was also then playing with his little finger on the 5 fret, on the B and the E string. And we get this voicing. Now, that really does give you that sound of the All Right Now chord. So, first kind of thing to remember, that A chord on the A5 is always going to be played like that. Now, it starts off with that A5 chord. That comes in on the 1 count. So you get this 1, 2, 3, 4. Immediately followed by a mute. From there, we go into a D chord, and again, over the years, many people have just been going to a straightforward D chord. Now, that really doesn't sound right. The D chord that he's actually playing is that one there, which is taken from that cage shape. Now, if you think of the D as the C template, all we're doing there, we're holding down D4. First finger holds down G2, and our second finger is just playing the B3, and we just hit them chords or them notes. So from there we just get this. Now he does play an A going into it, which is the just playing onto the 4. So it's A, and then a mute, and then back into. So we'll just break that down so we get this. So that's your opening piece that you're playing. So A5 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So that's your timing. I'll do that nice and slow. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Now from there we go into, again, part of the sequence that has been played different in many, many different examples I've seen of this being played. The actual shape, the voicing that he's playing on this starts off with holding down, and I use my 3rd finger on this, holding down the D5. We're going to leave the G open. And then we have got the 3rd fret, and I do this with my 1st finger on the B string. And then it goes down to that D chord, and then there's an A. So I'll just walk through that progression again. So it opens up with an A. Now, there are many different ways that Paul Kossoff played this rhythm. The majority of people, they like to play this one. But when he first started out at the beginning of the track, he doesn't go into that one straight away. He does a kind of very simplified versions of this. Now on the first one, all he's doing 1 and 2. So it's just 1 and 2. Just play them, you can do them just straight downstrokes. 1. Then he moves down to that D voicing and he does a 3 and a 4. 3 and a 4. Into your A, of course. So your first one is just going. The second time around, he takes that rhythm that we played over that D5 and he plays that over this open chord. This sounds like kind of a D5, pure D5. And he plays that 1 and a 2, 3 and a 4. Of course, cycles round. The third variation is the one that most people like to play. That's the one they hear quite common in that. And this goes like this. So you get this. Now, of course, I can take them in any order I want. So let's just do a mix and match them. So we'll get this. I just took the 3 different shapes and I just played them all. I kind of crossed over between one, as you could see. I did one and then I did the next one. Just when I've been doing this with my students on Skype, the one problem they have is not playing them rhythms, is getting that A as you come out of the rhythm. They're in that. Getting that A there. That's the tricky one for them, because that's coming on the and of the 4. 1 and 2, 3 and the 4 and then straight on to that A5 power chord. Of course, that's your main riff, and that is what is being played through the verses. And what we're going to do now, we are going to look at the chorus section, which comes in at the end of the line that. Then we're into that. Which is the chorus. So let's break that down. And again, I have heard this played a variety of different ways. But if you ever watch live videos free, watching Paul Kossoff play this, and there's still a few around, there's some great ones when he featured on the Old Grey Whistle Test. If any of you from the UK remember that old TV show with Whispering Bob Harris. But you can clearly see that he's playing the chords up here on the 12th fret. Now a lot of people, because we're playing an A chord, they'll come down to here like that, or they'll play it down on an A there. But Kossoff certainly was playing it up here. So we're just starting off on an A5 power chord, which is on the 12th and the 14th fret, and we just play that twice. Then we've got this little run. Oh, I'm doing that on the E string. I'm doing 12, 14, then across to the A, 12, down to a G5 power chord, which is 10 and 12. So far we got. Then all he's doing is just dropping down. He keeps his little finger there on the 12th fret of the D. We just drop down with the first finger to the 9th fret and we just play that twice. Then back up to the A5. So let's look at the timing on that. We're doing 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Again, let's do that nice and slow. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 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 4. And then of course we're back to. From the verse we go back into a chorus, play through the chorus, and the chorus then keeps on playing all the way through to the end of the song.